There's been a heated standoff between police and protesters in Auckland following a long-running battle over clearing trees for housing. Demonstrators who have been staunchly defending the Canal Road site in Avondale since July, desperately trying to jump fences to protect the native trees. But to no avail. Heavy machinery ploughing through the branches, clearing the way for a housing development. Police will remain in the area tonight in case tempers flare again, and Corazon Miller will join us from the site shortly. First though, here's her report.
Protesters and police clashing in a tug of war over trees. Grief and anger. Marking the end of a 245-day protest to save 23 natives.
One of the saddest days of my life, and I've lost people, but losing these trees, I slept in these trees for over 60 nights continuously.
This is what the site at Canal Road looked like before the chainsaws were brought in. Green waste now litters the land. Homes to be developed here.
We're not anti-houses, but we need to really protect the special spaces in the city.
Our neighbourhood needs houses, and we've actually got a lot of places where we can do denser housing. But we want something like this for our community as well.
Several activists have been arrested at the site since the protest began in July last year. Activists have also camped in treetops and called on the council to purchase the site and save the greenery. An offer of a land swap from Auckland Council was rejected by the owners. Changes to the Resource Management Act mean there's no longer a blanket protection for native trees on private land.
We need housing, but not this way. We're the only voice for these trees. They're silent, they can't speak.
Police arriving with contractors this morning said their role was to ensure public safety, enabling the property owner to carry out the work while allowing the public the right to protest. Activists determined to be here till the end.
Well, we're never going to get them back. Like, we're never going to get the trees back. So even if you're only holding diggers off for 10 days, 10 years, like any act is important.
Some taken away in handcuffs. Sienna Fitzjohn hopes their actions will inspire others.
It's not about the clash between police or security or anything like that. It's about the fact that this is happening all over Auckland.
All they could do is watch as the final trees fell.
And Corazon is at the site in Avondale. How many arrests have been made, Corazon?
Well, police have told us that they've arrested 8 people who'd been protesting here earlier today in relation to trespass and obstruction. It's understood that these people will be appearing in court at a later date. As you can see, things behind me have calmed down somewhat. It's a very different picture from what we saw earlier today, where there'd been around 60 police officers amongst the dozens of protesters that had been here. There'd been a lot of grief and a lot of anger because many of these protesters had been here for more than 200 days. The trees that have been felled in this property next to me here are a very important part of the community. They've told me that ultimately they're not against the idea of these homes being built in the spot over here, but just wondered whether or not there couldn't have been a better way to balance the need for homes with the nature that's been here for some time.
Now me here in Auckland's Avondale, Corazon Miller.